Hi guys, Shane Reed here. I'm reviewing the Lingham information, and I've got some problems. Well, actually, they're not my problems; they were their problems. One of the problems is that when you have these discs spinning around with water pushing in, okay, and everything being pushed outwards and upwards, being directed through the series of holes. Here's what's going on. These are spinning at super high speeds, okay, but they're also floating on the water, which means that they want to rise up. Not necessarily all at once in unison, but they will fly away. So what the ancients did was exactly this. Okay, they put a tapered stone in the bottom so that as the discs rise up, they catch on to the stone and slide on a very fine point on the I can't remember the name of it, on the stone. So anyways, what's going on is they required something to keep it down in spot, okay, and then they put the head on top. So they put your shell on top of it, okay, and then you put your head on, and then your Lingham post. This whole thing spins. Now, as the water's going in, okay, it's going to spin these, and it's going to raise them up, putting an awful lot of weight onto the shell and whatnot. So this is what drives the post. Now, I've read a few other things in myths that say that some of these deities rode on these Vimana style. I can't sort out how they did that with water unless they had a jet stream. But then I remembered Egypt and what it's doing. Egypt has a little electrical arrangement called quartzite, and inside of this cap, okay, this cap here, this silver cap, is squeezing a piece of it should be a piece of black quartzite, smoky quartzite. And what's happening is it is compressed. Now, when it's compressed, if it's cut on the right angle, in relation to the angle of the lattice structure, it's going to give off a bit of a charge, okay, whenever it's clicked, so, or hammered. So Egypt does this with their sarcophagus technology on a very, very large scale to get electricity from their arrangements. The only other way I can figure is if they put an alternator motor on the assembly and then attach 360 of these on the periphery to generate electricity for the assembly. Is this enough to generate enough lift to transport a chunk of stone? I have no idea. But it does give us a starting point for the Vimana technology that they may not have had. I'm just getting into the electrical aspects of this stuff now. I'm still stuck with the mechanical aspects of the high speed, high horsepower drive assembly of the Lingham. It's not really all that complicated. It's just slight cuts on an angle to plates to get the shapes that I want. Styling, I can put some divots on some in that knurling fashion. It's not that complicated, just requires clamping arrangement and orienting the cutting blades in a different position. But yeah, so that's where we're at today. I'm pretty sure that they may have had a basic like a hovercraft kind of thing. If it's taking air in through the top, if you remove the column, okay, it has a hole in the top. If it has a hole in the top and it can reverse and you're sucking air in, you'll be blowing air out through the bottom, providing lift. So that may be one of the reasons why the clockwise, counterclockwise issues between these cultures is it may be one direction up and the other direction down. But right now, that lingam is carrying quite a bit of weight for this whole thing to generate lift for the keeping the outside shell in one spot, but relying on the discs and the water and the oni. Is that what that big round rock is called? Anyways, the lingam post provides weight downwards as the water and discs and the central stone lift upwards to provide turning power. It appears very little contact between the lingam and the upper portion of the structure is required. So it's essentially floating a couple of tons of iron post. That's just mind-boggling. Have a good day, guys.